August 15th, 2013, in the desert. I slept near a mountain pass last night, and the few vehicles that came through beeped their horns at the top of the hill. I'm not sure if they do that for good luck, or if the drivers can't see over the hill well enough to know if someone is coming from the other direction. The beeping annoyed me. The place was so empty I could have been the last man on earth, yet I was being woken up by the traffic. Storms blowing through in spurts also pulled me from my sleep. I felt the whipping wind press hard against my body, while the loose fabric of the bivvy slapped like a whip. In my half-sleep I tried to silence the flapping with my legs, but to no avail. By the end of the night, I could no longer sleep, and simply laid in the dark, waiting for daybreak. Through the morning and afternoon, I pedaled across the sandy windswept plain. There were no yurts or vegetation, nor any natural features to indicate my progress. Ahead of me, a mirage of water remained just out of reach. To my right, electrical lines hung from a row of wooden crosses, reaching straight to the horizon in both directions. Hours passed, and I couldn't tell if I was anywhere different. In the middle of the empty expanse, I met a shirtless man about my age with his two small daughters. They were on a motorcycle, shepherding a herd of two humped camels and goats. One girl sat on the seat between her father's legs, and the second little girl sat behind with her arms wrapped tightly around him. They were adorable going around together like that. The track I was following petered out when I hit sand 6 miles from a town. I got off to wrestle my bike forward under the pounding sun. Sweat stung my eyes and hot sand quickly filled my shoes. I struggled slowly onward for more than an hour until a white taxi van pulled up next to me and stopped. The driver slid open the side door and without giving me an option said to put my bike inside. I told him I was okay pushing, but that didn't make sense to him. He couldn't understand why I was out there in the first place, and to be honest, I was starting to wonder the same thing. I climbed inside with my bike and one other woman, then we drove into the town. There was a well in the middle of the town, the kind with a big cast iron handle and a faucet head. 4 boys in their early teens stood around and watched me pump water. I asked them their names, and one said Michael Jordan, getting a laugh from the others. Across Mongolia, I've seen several kids wearing Michael Jordan shirts, and this boy had a Jumpman logo on his hat. Seemingly, Michael Jordan's celebrity has taken 2 decades to reach the farthest corners of the globe. Or, Jordan is more popular than I realize, and these children in rural Mongolia are tapped into the cultural zeitgeist better than I am. I wouldn't be surprised either way. As the sun began to sink over the horizon, I found myself in the middle of a wide open plain. There was nothing around me to hide behind, not for many miles. I didn't have the energy to carry on, so I pushed my bike 100 yards from the road to sleep on the ground. Hopefully for tonight, no one will be driving this way.